Okay, Christina here to listen to some music, and today's music selection is Piece of My Heart by Big Brother and the Holding Company featuring Janis Joplin. I know I have heard Janis Joplin before, but just in passing, like in movies or TV references, but I've never sat down to take a close listen and also just look into who she was as a musician, as a person. I've always heard that she was really uniquely talented and that we also lost her way too soon. I thought she was just a solo artist too. I didn't know she was in a band. So here's the Big Brother and the Holding Company, kind of a cool name. And so this song, even though it's with the band, was in a poll on Patreon and for channel members to decide what Janis Joplin songs to react to here on the channel, and this one came in first. So thank you to everybody who voted on that one. I'm looking forward to it. And what else can we look forward to with this music? I am a professional classically trained musician, instrumentalist, vocalist, composer, and professor. So we look at all the little details in this music, how it was composed, the instrumentation, musicianship, a little bit of music theory, and also how do we relate to this music? Why do we like it so much? Or why do we not like it so much? Okay, so let's not delay any longer. Let's listen. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I do recognize a couple of things. The chorus, or the come on, that sort of sounds a little familiar. And then the overall sound of her voice. So actually, I'll be honest in saying that my brain didn't even pick up that I was hearing her voice at first. I was really focused on all of the other instruments in the band and what was happening there. And before I knew it, I was like, oh, there's something else there. But I thought it was another instrument that maybe had some distortion to it. And then it was singing words. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's a human voice. So as she continued to sing, what I started to recognize, and it almost made me smile because it's just a childhood memory, but in a movie, Look Who's Talking. And I'm just picturing seeing a little newborn baby's face as they're crying, as they're wailing. I think, yeah, that's her. That's her singing that song. I don't remember what the song was, but I recognize the tone in that scene. Isn't it funny what sticks with you when you're kids, like in your memory? I just clearly, all of a sudden I was like, I am seeing a scene where there's a newborn baby crying along with that tone of voice. Okay, that's not supposed to be anything against her voice. I actually think it's a really neat compliment to the uniqueness of the tone of her voice. I can't even really wrap my mind around the tone of her voice. It is the complete opposite of how I was trained. I was trained for vocal purity, like not piercing, but floating. Pure vowels, resonance within the mouth, matching and blending with the other people in your section around you. You know, that angelic cathedral tone of formal choir singing. So that's where I'm coming from in my lifetime of singing. And then we have this. But you know, that is precisely why I'm here, is to push the boundaries of what I've been trained in, what I have come to know and love, and accept other forms of musicianship and artistry here. So this voice of hers, it's natural, it seems easy, and I think it is both of those things, but at the same time, she's really putting a lot into her performance. And sometimes that's not easy. As musicians, we are on stage and we tend to have to be actors almost. You have to put emotion into what you're playing. I mean, you don't have to, but it helps if you do. It makes for a better performance, better experience for everyone involved. And sometimes that can be taxing. It can bring up emotions that you weren't expecting. And so that's the part that as artists we give a lot for that. I feel like she can kind of do that almost on automatic pilot, but at the same time, I don't think that's what she's doing. All right, so we got into the main chorus, the piece of my heart. We're going to back it up a little bit. I am focusing on the band. It's very bluesy. It's not at all square. It's all beautifully messy. Her voice wouldn't fit in if it was too perfect, right? Because you don't have to be perfect. Just be okay. All right. Let's keep going. All right, yeah. There's a lot of instrumental blending here. And I'm sure it's not an accident. I'm sure they are completely taking advantage of the fact that her voice can sound as distorted as some of the guitars. Because there's one gesture from the guitar that just goes, rah, and it's just, they're riding right there on the edge of distortion. And it all matches. I did for just a moment hear a more pure tone in her voice. It was lower in range. So I'm just wondering if she's up this high, if it's gravelly like that. It's like a constant vocal fry. It's sort of making me stress my own throat out here because I hear that and I just want to clench, and that's sort of the opposite again of what I've been trained to do, like openness and projection, breath support. But with her, it's like the inverse of all of that. And that's just how her voice works. It's really something. So I like the improv aspect of this. Again, it's so imperfect. At one point, there was even a beat that was just like a couple times, they were just like missing the beat. And you could tell it was an intentional effort. The first time it happened, I was like, but second time, I was like, nah, okay. And we'll go back at the end. I always listen through and then we go back and touch on a few of these things. So I'll try to get to that spot. I just love the ad-lib improv feel with this. It's more bluesy, but a little bit of jazz in there too. So will we get an instrument solo? I don't know. All right, let's keep going. Okay, interesting ending. Not really a fade out, but where it landed in the chord progression for the cadence was a little upended. It essentially, I believe, ended on a 2 chord, which just means if you take the key that it's in, I think it was an E, and then you just go up to the next note in that scale, which would be F sharp. And I think that's where it ended there. So it's interesting. The reason for that? It could be a difference of how they ended the other songs on this album. I mean, it's hard to end a song. And so they might have been like, well, we did this on that song and this cadence on this song and the fade out over there. Let's just go up a whole step for this one. Okay. In an overall effect, I think it matches because the whole song was messy in a good way. There was a lot of approximation of beats and even some pitches. And then you could even say the tone with all the distortion. So we say that things are in tune, and then we say that there is tone. So if you hear those words, tune and tone, in tune means the pitches. Are you singing in the right key? Are you singing the right notes? And then tone is like how clear the sound of the instrument that's coming through. How clear is it? So when someone is singing or playing with distortion, the very fiber of the tone is going to be different. Suddenly the game changes. So for me, as far as it goes with playing with accuracy and a clear tone, this kind of throws all the rules out for me. Am I comfortable with that? Yes and no. Can I appreciate what they're doing? Absolutely. I think my issue here is that this is my first official look into Janis Joplin here. And I've sort of always known her as this icon. So there's a lot of pressure here for me to try to see what everyone else sees. So my assumptions right now are that she just is clearly unique in her talent, not just in that tone, but also in the delivery of her musicality. She really does come by it so naturally. Nothing ever seemed forced, as in all of the improv, the extra notes, the extra syllables that she added. Nothing seemed like too much. Yet at the same time, you can sort of tell it was completely off the cuff, as in that is her own personal style and she's just doing it. She might have decided it and gotten to a habit of when she does it in a song, but it's all her. And the backup singers in the band are equally following her. They probably influenced each other a little bit. That's going to happen. But in general, she is obviously the guiding light here. Honestly, I think I'm a little bit overwhelmed by her natural talent. And, how did she develop this? Was she able to do it as a little tiny kid? Does she have any formal musical training? This is what I want to learn as we go here. So what I do know is that this song was released in 1968, and it was a cover by a musician earlier in the 60s. I believe her name was Irma Franklin. Is that any relation to Aretha? I've not heard the original. I don't really know this song. The come on, that part kind of sounded familiar, but I'm having trouble envisioning this song in any other style than this. It just fits it really well. So maybe listening to the original, that could be a good reaction sometime in the future on the channel, just as a really good comparison. All right, so let's go toward the beginning and just see how the band set things up and that amazing moment when I realized there was a singer joining in. Not all the way back to the beginning, but close here. Like those sixths there. Okay. All right. It was that first brief note. I thought it was a guitar sound. That. And it wasn't until the end of come that I realized that, oh no, that's a pitch, and I think that's a human voice. Let's hear it again. Yeah, that little pickup note that she does there. Because I didn't know what to listen for, and so it threw me off. And I was just like, what? Okay, let's keep going because, again, this is what we first heard. I like the chorus in the background. It's neat. Oh, see? Okay, her vibrato is fantastic, and she doesn't use it all the time, which is a good choice. Sometimes it's a very, very tight, almost non-existent vibrato, but down there, it was this lovely, wide vibrato with great control. So I'd love to get to hear her speak words rather than sing and actually hear what her speaking voice sounds like. Because I bet that would be very telling. Like, are there a lot of cracks in it? Is it airy? Because when she was down there singing a little lower, that distortion had kind of disappeared and other colors were being presented. Let's go back and hear that again. Come on, didn't I make you feel like you are the only man? Well, yeah, didn't I get... Okay, she does have some beautiful clear tone in there, but then she goes up into, it's almost like she's using her head voice down below and then a chest voice up above. And it's very nasally, but that's, if that's where she can reach that distortion sound, great. I love her slides, where she slides into a note, either down or up. It's not easy to do a slide and do it convincingly, and she really does. She does it well. Let's hear it again just for that. So to that, just that right there. That wasn't just a slide, it was like a suspension where she just kind of, and she goes in between the pitches. We're working with quarter tones, and that's lovely. Okay, so let's move ahead to see a really good example of the extra stuff she adds in. The riffing, but with a human voice. And so usually when you're singing, you have words. But there aren't a lot of like oohs or ahs or la la las or that sort of thing in this song, like in the lyrics. And so like sometimes it's actually written in and you see la 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 la. None of that is in here. It's all added, exaggerated syllables added to the words. So let's see if we can find a spot that I'm trying to talk about here. Yeah, that was the main example I thought of. So let's actually go to the lyrics. I've got them pulled up here. Yeah, so I don't see that little word that we just heard written in there anywhere. I see like oh yeahs and oh ohs, but not what we just heard. Listen again. Okay, all right. So that's just a cool example of that improv and what you do with an instrument that actually does speak words without making it too nonsensical and too silly. And then we heard some more of the slides. So we're going to go back to that, but then keep going. And then also the cry that I mentioned that I saw in Look Who's Talking, I recognized it. I heard it exactly right here. It's not the same song though, but here it was. That little slide. You know you got it. Even that. What in the world? Okay. Oh, yeah. There's pitch to it, but it's just so distorted. As in like guitar distortion, speaker distortion. Oh, but her slides, I love how she slides out of notes and then how she slowly scoops up to them. She does them so well. Let's hear it one more time. I gotta hear it again. Yeah, baby. Oh, I love that. That's really great. What in the world is she doing there? With the cry thing? I hear like 7 different notes all at the same time coming from her voice box. Okay. It's amazing. The guitar solo in the middle. The band in general. I love the approximated messiness of this. It all fits together. So let's go to one spot where I believe I heard a really cool, like a delay of the beat. At first I thought it was an accident, but then it happened again. I was like, no, that was there on purpose. That. On the streets, looking good, and baby, deep down in your heart, I guess you know that it ain't right. Never heal me when I... Okay, so actually, I'm hearing a combination of delayed beats and actually almost like a grace note, like bum right before. So it's just kind of all over the place, and it's kind of awesome. Now, let's go to the guitar solo, because that was a whole other story. Lots of slides. Okay, whoa. Okay. The guitar was imitating her voice right there at the end, where you heard more than one note being played, like a double stop being played at the same time. How I just said that her voice, it sounds like it has like 6 or 7 different notes being played all at the same time. That was the guitar's attempt. It was sort of like the guitar's version of that cry that she does later in the song, but at the end of the guitar solo. Let's hear it again. It was a good attempt. So you hear more than one tone, note. Yep. I love those 6. Yeah, we've got bluesy 6ths in there. Da, ba, bum, ba, bum, bum, bum. That sort of thing. It makes us not take things quite too seriously. Okay, that was Janis Joplin with the Big Brother and the Holding Company. Again, I didn't know she had a band. I just thought she was a solo artist the entire time. And maybe she was, maybe it was her backup band. But I didn't realize there was a band attached with her in her career. So, learning new things here. She doesn't have a technique. Janis Joplin. I don't think she has to do anything to her voice. I think she just does this. I think she can just do it. And was her voice able to withstand it? Did she end up with any vocal damage? I really want to hear her speaking voice, a recording of her speaking at some point, because that might be very telling. Well, she is a unique powerhouse. I'd love to see, if there's a documentary or a biopic on her story. I need to know more. But we will continue on here to notice her and admire her, because this is something. So thank you to everybody who voted in this poll. Is this one going to go on my playlist? Yes, absolutely it is. It's fantastic, and I can't wait to keep listening. So be sure to do all the things, like and subscribe. Again, you can find me on Patreon or become a channel member. You can support the channel on Throne. And as always, just remember that you don't have to be perfect. Just be okay. and keep listening.